Afghan voters defied Taliban threats of violence and headed to the polls in droves for today's historic election. They're replacing outgoing President Hamid Karzai, who was barred from seeking a third term. The last election in 2009 was marred by corruption. But as Vashi Capellos reports, it's hoped this vote will be different.
18-year-old Fatima Mortazai wears her ink-stained finger like a badge of honor. This is the first time she's cast a vote. Mortazai was just 5 when foreign troops entered Afghanistan. This presidential election is the first since Canadian and other NATO soldiers pulled out. I voted, she says, so that I can guarantee the future of my country. Mortazai is among the estimated 7 million who voted in the election. In spite of many threats of violence from the Taliban, voter excitement trumped fear. People spent hours in line waiting to cast a ballot, and voting had to be extended by an hour. Preliminary numbers show turnout was as high as 58%.
This is true Afghanistan and people of Afghanistan, showing the resolve and braving the bad weather and intimidation.
But while that intimidation didn't stop voters, the Taliban did make good on some threats, attacking and injuring people at one polling station in a school. Security expert Walter Dorn.
I didn't expect a massive attack against main polling centers, because I think that the Taliban, just like many of the militia of the past, don't actually want to alienate the local population.
There was much more violence in the lead-up to the election, culminating with an attack on 2 journalists on Friday. A rogue police officer opened fire on the car they were in. Photographer Anya Niedringhaus, some of her work seen here, died instantly, while Canadian reporter Kathy Gannon remains in hospital in stable condition after being shot. Presidential candidates have all pledged to improve security. There are 8 in the running, which means a runoff vote is widely expected. Dorn says between now and then, foreigners may still be a target, but otherwise, a message has been sent.
If the population is enthusiastic, it's much harder for the Taliban to stand up against it.
A runoff vote, if needed, is slated for May 28th. Vashi Capellos, Global News, Ottawa.